All right. Let me change my mic. Of course, when I do a topic like this, right? Come on. All right, there we go. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about first. Here's a list of you know the starting black quarterbacks right now. You see Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Jordan Love, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Michael Penix, Dak Prescott. Um, I forget the dude's name out in New Orleans. Um, Gino, the guy out in Texas, C.J. Stroud, Russell. He's not a starter no more. Cam Ward and Bryce Young. So that's 16. That's more than half of the NFL teams now. About 15 now, maybe 14, give or take, have black starting quarterbacks now. I want to kind of centralize this around Jalen Hurts, but see, I'm a student of history, and I can remember my dad. He would always come home with the Philadelphia Daily News, and around that time, probably Randall Cunningham. I was old enough to see that. Like I was very young. Cunningham was a quarterback. Rodney Pete, Michael Vick, McNabb, and one thing was constant, and one thing was certain: they were over analyzed, over criticized. You know, in my opinion, just for being a black quarterback, and he would always tell me how racist Philadelphia was, and it was kind of hard for me to kind of understand. Cause I'm like, now you think about racism in the South, right? But then you got guys like David Banner, who we interviewed a couple years ago. He talked about Boston being one of the most racist places that he's ever visited, and he's from Mississippi. So let's kind of there's a whole history here that I do not have time to get into, but specifically around Jalen Hurts, you got this guy who was just fired for trying to, I don't know if he was trying to do something to a woman or something like that, right? Eskin, who, and your favorite content creators probably won't go here and I understand it, but I'm gonna go to fuck here, right? This guy Howard Eskin says, right, that Tanner McKee will be a better starting quarterback. And you actually have people contemplating that after these dudes was stepping on cans, pissy shit faced drunk in Philadelphia 7 months ago, making money, selling a fucking bootleg merchandise, having fun, celebrating a team win that was led by Jalen Hurts. Now I knew what time it was when I seen Jalen Hurts when he wore the Malcolm X shirt. I knew what time it was. Now we interviewed. I'm kind of gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna bring it home, right? A couple of years ago, I don't think it's published, but I did an interview with Rodney Pete, Holly Robinson Pete, Rodney Pete's wife, and he was a Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. And we talked in detail. Maybe I'll bring that up and upload on this channel, right? In detail about the racism that she had to endure. She said that she would even disguise her voice and call it WIP because they were dogging and dragging her husband through the mud so much. So for decades, this goes all the way back. And let me give a shout out in my notes here to some of the trailblazing black quarterbacks like Fritz Pollard, one of the first black quarterbacks in the 1920s, right? Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. I don't think he got a job the next year. Warren Moon, who I used to have his jersey, used to love him. Michael Vick, love Michael Vick. Obviously, Donovan McNabb, him and Andy Reid changed the face of the franchise in Philadelphia. In my opinion, they are two of the main reasons why Philly even got a fucking Super Bowl because they set the precedent. Those two players, right? Steve McNair used to have his jersey. Randall Cunningham, modern pioneers who had elite versatility. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, my dog, been to two Super Bowls, won one Super Bowl MVP. They won on bench. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. Some people don't consider him black, but hey, one drop rule, right? Cam Newton, Russell Wilson. We can go all the way down the line. Again, 15 now starting teams don't have black quarterback. And I think that, dominant society, the NFL is not really ready to to have this changing type of when you get the quintessential quarterback that everybody's used to, it's the blonde hair, blue eyes, 6'5", rocking arm quarterback, rock star, Baywatch, babe type dude that everybody loves, right? But it's now changed to a 6'1", smart, fast, cerebral quarterback that can beat you with his arm and his leg. And they don't like that. And remember, for years, you had analysts and media people saying, you could never win a Super Bowl like that. You can't win a Super Bowl like that. A running, as they call their quote, running quarterback could never win a Super Bowl like that. Jalen Hurts smashed that narrative. And then they moved the goalpost. So 7 months after you fucking clowns, after you weirdos that was on top of fucking buildings and trees got to experience a fucking Super Bowl victory, you're telling me that Tanner McKee is better than Jalen Hurts. Why is that? Does anybody not see the racial undertones? So you got these shows out here that want to continuously attack Jalen Hurts. And what they're really saying is he's too stupid to read a defense. Why is this dumb end holding the ball too long? Why can't he be like another quarterback and just get the ball out? After he just won a Super Bowl and proved that he can throw every pass in the book. He proved that he could throw for whatever. He proved that he could, remember, he can't beat the blitz. He proved that he could beat the blitz. He has a few bad quarters of football. And we're ready to put a lily white quarterback in and take his spot because we think the offense will look better. You fucking clowns don't know football. The fact that he is a dual threat, I say a triple threat for real. Because he can beat you with his mind, he can beat you with his arm, and he can beat you with his leg. And he's proven to do that since he's been in Philadelphia. He single-handedly raised the bar of this franchise when he came in. He didn't have no weapons. He took this team to the playoffs. Yes, they added weapons around him, but they add weapons around all these guys. Josh Allen comes in with a prime Stephon Diggs, and think about it. People say, well, you got Devontae and AJ. We just set that precedent because nobody was bringing in two wide receivers until we did it. So when Josh Allen had Stephon Diggs, that was the way to go. To have one major receiver, right? A solid defense, a solid number two. We set that precedent. So now you got to have two wide receivers. You got to have a Saquon. Even though Jalen Hurts been to the playoffs, to the Super Bowl without Saquon Barkley, with Miles Sanders. So this is not nothing new when I see this attack. It's going to happen to all of them. Wait till Jaden Daniels. Right now he's young, he's new, he's fresh. Wait till they start attacking him. So for centuries, for years, I'm not going to say centuries, for years, it's been, right? And it's kind of late, so I'm not trying to be too loud, right? There were stereotypes of black quarterbacks, right? That said that they could remember they didn't think black men were smart enough to be quarterbacks. They thought run and run, catch and catch. They thought that we were not smart enough to process and be a quarterback. What does this sound like? And even in the media now, how you see them trying to put buck against buck, proverbially. Two black men against black men. It always got to be a black receiver and against a black quarterback. You know how they do that all the time? It always got to be a feud between them and they don't like each other and look at the bilingual. Stop doing this fucking slave shit with us, man. We ain't on the fucking plantation no more when you getting the biggest strong buck and you feed this information that's not true and you make him go against another strong, what y'all call buck. This ain't the plantation no more. Somebody got to call this shit out for what it is. You got people piling on. All this man did is win, bro. 20 straight fucking games. And he has a couple bad quarters. Everybody's ready to jump out the window. Josh Allen has 2 bad games. And you got Dan Orlovsky saying, I can't believe the outrage of my Josh Allen. when you put the two numbers up against each other, they're damn near identical. Not to mention people that actually watch the film and know football. Greg Cosell, I'm not gonna play the clip. He watches film probably more than these fucking coaches do. Close to it. He said the major problem was the offensive line. AJ Brown's on record saying execution. How many times did the Eagles get a penalty that messed up a drive, a false start, a offsides, a holding? Think about that. Now, yes, Jalen missed a few times, but I saw Baker miss. I saw Jaden miss. I saw Allen. I saw Mahomes. Every quarterback every week is going to miss. Why is it a spotlight put on Jalen Hurts? Because he doesn't fit the stereotype that you want him to be. If he's too quiet, right? If he's too quiet, he is obnoxious. What's the word they try to use? He's aloof. Are you fucking serious? If he's too loud, oh, he's a problem. He's a cancer. Can't please these motherfuckers. You can't please them. Oh, he can't beat the blitz. Carve the motherfuckers up in the blitz. Now, oh, he can't throw against zone defense. When you can put on the tape and see he's been doing this shit, he proved to y'all he could do what he wants at will. Yes, he makes mistakes. Yes, sometimes the defense is going to get the best of him. We know that, right? So, for years, they believed that black quarterbacks were not as intelligent as white quarterbacks. For years. And I think that's the ideology, too. When you have some of these dudes who, when you're winning and you as long as you don't make no mistake, as soon as you make a mistake, instead of them come out and saying it, they verbally attack you. They make articles to attack you. Now it's articles saying that he can't process and, they ran the ball to cover up his deficiencies. Are you fucking serious? This is football, you stupid son of a bitch. You don't just beat a team by passing. Do you guys know how to game? You so arrogant that you think somebody has to do something your fucking way. No. These people are so arrogant that they feel like they have to set the precedent and you better do it this way. I don't give a shit how it's done. Because when it was time to pass it, even if he didn't have the yards that you guys want him to have, against the Rams, right? Against the Packers, he made the throws. Against the Rams, he made the throws and the runs. Against Washington and Kansas City, when it counted most, he came through in the clutch. And he came through in a clutch in the first Super Bowl, but the defense let him down. So what are we talking about at the end of the day? What are we really talking about? Don't let, your prejudice or your racism get in the way of greatness, man. Because it might come a day where it's 25 black quarterbacks in the NFL. That's what it's looking like. And it was a time where, I'm gonna give a big shout out to Andy Reid. You gotta give a big shout out to Andy Reid because he is one of those people who adapted his system around a quarterback instead of vice versa. And he was one of the dudes that gave Michael Vick a second chance when everybody was lining up to crucify him over killing some dogs, man. Over some dogs, man. Now, again, I got a dog. I got two. I love dogs, but they're dogs. You have people lining up, calling him this, calling him a monster. People saying he should be killed. And Andy Reid gave this man a second chance, man. And people didn't like that. So why don't Josh Allen? Why doesn't, any other white quarterback get the same type of criticism that Jalen gets? Why not? You ever ask yourself that question? Or any other quarterback gets? Why? What's going on? What's really going on? Why can't we really just see what it really is and say what it really is without people trying to think, oh, you're this, oh, you're that? Nah, I'm going to keep it a bean, bro. And I got a whole history that if you really want to go there with me, I'll fuck you up with the history of the black quarterback in the NFL. You think that shit just went away because it's 15 of them now? No. So this, in my opinion, this is where a lot of this, I'm not saying all, but a lot of this criticism comes from that. We can't make no mistakes. I can't have 1 or 2 bad weeks. Now you want the man bench. After I'll say it again, after you had y'all shit-faced drunk walking on cans in Philly, on top of buses, on top of trees, smiling, beguiling, partying, making money, getting views off your channels and shit. And now all of a sudden, you want Tanner McKee, an unproven dude that's a fucking statue? And where's the proof that these prolific offenses, where the Super Bowl's at? Where the fuck is San Francisco Super Bowl? The great play callers. Where's Detroit Super Bowl? If Detroit would have just ran the football against Washington instead of stop being cute, they probably would have had a chance to play us. They would have got fucked up. But they want to be cute, throwing the ball all around. But when they needed it most, the passing game didn't work. All season, they passed that will. And the injuries didn't even matter because they still should have beat Washington. But they got cocky. This dude was averaging like 6-7 yards a carry, man. And they stopped running the ball. San Francisco, they had way more weapons than we had. Right? Debo, Ayuk, McCaffrey, Purdy. Who's the dude? The defense was lights out. Kittles. The tackle they got over there, left tackle, lights out. Like it had them into an Eagles team. You could put that up against an Eagles team, in my opinion. When they were playing the way they were playing, you could put them right up with us. How come they couldn't get it done? How come they couldn't get it done? Why did Mr. One Read, Jalen Hurts, who can't read a defense, who can't process, who can't throw the football, even though he's dotted up this shit from everywhere, he can't throw the deep ball, but he throws like a 55-yard bomb to Devontae in the Super Bowl. And this is why I say I love YouTube, and I love some of the content creators out there that keep it a beam, because we got to fight back this narrative. We got to fight back this narrative from these dudes with these platforms and shit and these radio stations that think that they could just write narratives and try to attack and destroy. Nah, it's over with. It ain't no more just WIP no more, baby. Or the Philadelphia Daily News no more, baby. You got people with independent platforms that can actually give you the real, that are real, true blue fans that have been here since blackout days, since I was a youngin'. I've been a staunch Eagles fan. My dad tried to make me a fucking Redskins. He was from Washington, D.C. My mom was from Philly. He tried to make me a fucking D.C. fucking fan, but it never worked. Oh, I'm a Philly fan through and through, baby. I got it all. Anything you name, I got it over here, Philadelphia Eagles, baby. I got all the hats, all the merch, everything. I got hats that people don't have. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So that's how I'm calling it. That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm calling. It's pure racial undertones. I'm sitting here watching these dudes. A narrative came out of nowhere, like just a week ago. Where does narrative come from so quick? The man had a few bad. All right. Wasn't that bad against the Giants. Okay, the interception, missed a couple passes. Think about it. The second half of the Rams game was great, right? Brought the team back, passed it all over the fucking field for a quarterback that can't process and pass. He sure enough passed it. Last week, what the fuck did he do? Or excuse me, week prior, what did he do? Even last week, how many yards he threw for? What are we talking about? Passing game. We need to stick to our identity, smash mouth football and passing when we want to. What are we talking about? Didn't he show you in 2022 that he could pass it? Didn't he show you last year that he could pass when he wants to pass it, that he can read defenses, that he can beat you in man, that he can beat you in zone and make your bitch ass pay in the running game. Didn't he show you that? Didn't he show you he can kill you in an RPO game? Because you got a lot of people running the RPO that can't run it. Look at Jaden Daniels. He fucking sucks with the RPO. Jalen Hurts is cerebral. I'll take Jalen Hurts over any of these dudes any day of the week because he's clutch. I take him over any of these. He might have the best zip on the ball, but he throw it hard enough. He throws it deep enough. He throws it accurate enough. So to me, the criticism is unfair. Now, do I get frustrated with Jalen Hurts sometimes? Absolutely. But I look at his record. I look at what he's done, and I can't argue it. I give him the benefit of the doubt. Why we got to minimize his success? If he went, it's because of Saquon. We went to the Super Bowl without Saquon. What are we talking about? Oh, it's because of this person. Well, it's a team game. You need a team to go anywhere. And show me a team that wasn't fucking stacked that won the Super Bowl. Show me a team that wasn't stacked. Any team that wins is going to be stacked. Do you remember the Rams? Not even, I'm talking about like the 2001 Rams. Torrey Holt, Isaac Keem, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk, Kirk Warner. Who they have? London Fletcher. Need I keep going on? All these people they had on the team. Are we serious, bro? Do I got to pull out rosters and roll them shits out and say, look, all the people they have? That a lot of them teams had like 8 to 9 to 10 players that were bona fide studs. Bona fide studs. So you need a supporting cast to win. Jaden Daniels couldn't get it done because they didn't have a supporting cast. What they do the next year? They get Laramie Tunsil. They get Debo Samuel. They get whoever the fuck else they got. They try to put people around him because you need a supporting cast to win games. Now, you always got an exception to the rule, but you never threw the rule away for the exception. Let me go through a little bit on my notes, see where I'm at. Even a leadership role, they felt like we couldn't really take on leadership roles like that. Like we had to be just a follower or a yes man. Don't look me in the eye, yes man. A quarterback is an ultimate leadership role. And people just think because we mingle with people and like this shit really still exists. Racism exists still. Prejudice still exists still. Just because we get to, you got good people of all races, because I'm friends with all people of all races. I don't want to come off that way, but I'm still going to call out shit when I'm going to call out shit. And white friends to tell you, Spanish friends to tell you, East Indian, Chinese friends to tell you that they got prejudices and they got stereotypes. I should say stereotypes about each other. That's real. Scouts and media often coded language like instinctive, explosive, or raw talent, implying physicality without intellect. That's another thing, right? Again, scouts and media often use coded language like instinctive, explosives, or raw talent. Like he can't read it. All this nigga can do is just run. He can't read a defense. He can just run, right? Oh, no, he just ran. He's just a buck. Like he didn't diagnose that. He just ran. He's just fast as shit. That's how they make him, right? When you can actually see this dude, Jalen, deciphering and going through, does he make mistakes? We human. But you can actually see this dude deciphering through shit and not wanting to go somewhere with the ball and going somewhere with the ball. Now, in my opinion, I think Jalen Hurts is best when he is on schedule. Now, he makes great off-schedule play, but if you look at his best highlights, his best throws, he's hitting that back foot and he's getting rid of it. That's because things are defined. You had a whole season of being dominant. The whole off season, you're going to have smart men and women, a room full of smart men and women looking for ways to try to stop you. So what you have to do is get back in the laboratory and see what they're doing to try to stop you and stop them. And another thing about football, these dudes don't know football. They never laced them up before, bro, because they keep talking about how many runs you got. Pussy. It's only so many runs you can do. You got the 2, the 4, the 6, the 8, right? The 1, the 3, the 5, and the 7. Right? So you got the A gap, the B gap, the C gap. What are we doing? What are we talking? This shit is simple. Y'all try to make it way more complex than it is. There's only so many routes you can run on a route tree. There's only so many different type of ways you can run the football, man. Like, what are we talking about? You guys don't know football. You don't know ball. There's only so many things you could do with the football. If I call a 33 blast or 38 pitch or 34 dive or 36 stretch, whatever coded you want to call it, it's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. It's only somewhere. How about line block? Football simple. Blocking and tackling. Blocking and tackling. If the play's blocked up right, it'll work. Right? If you tackle the guy, he goes down. It's just simple as that. How do you expect him to get any yards as soon as this guy's touching the ball? Saquon, it's like 3 guys flying at him, fucking him up. Like, come on. What are we talking about? Predictability. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? It doesn't matter. Yeah, I spar and shit. I can know that somebody wants to punch me in the fucking face, but can I stop the shit? I can have my hands up and everything, but can I stop it? A motherfucker just bust me in the nose the other day. I didn't want to get punched in the nose, right? I didn't even see the punch coming, but I knew he was going to punch me. God damn it! You know they're going to punch you. Don't mean you're going to stop it. What are we talking about? Predictability. You still got to stop it. That's the part I don't get. Like, you got dudes that, and you don't necessarily have to play football to really know it, but don't tell me about the intricacies of the game and being in the trenches if you never laced them shits up. Don't tell me about no shit like that. Whatever, whether you played college, D1, D3, D whatever, high school, even Pop Warner, you know a little bit about some ball and in the trenches and what it takes. All the way down to Little League football. If nobody's blocking, you're not, I don't care how good of an athlete you are, you're fucking not going anywhere. If 5 guys are on top of you. So the video breakdown guys and shit, okay, cool. I get it, right? How come I don't see video breakdowns for Josh Allen? How come I don't see video breakdowns for Jaden Daniels? How come I don't see video breakdowns for Bo Nix? How come I don't see video breakdowns for these other guys, or even Patrick Mahomes, or Kyler Murray, or CJ Stroud, or it's just one guy, right? The video breakdown comes for. Show me everybody else, and I can show you some mistakes. That's the point. I can show you mistakes from all these quarterbacks. I can show you mistakes from players because they're human. Let me move forward. White quarterbacks likely described as cerebral, poised, student of the game. You heard that, right? Another term they use is run first quarterback, right? He's a run first quarterback or scrambler, right? Even remember Donovan McNabb. He faced so much pressure and scrutiny that he stopped running. It was an elite. Like, you know how difficult it is to a motherfucker that's standing back there, statue. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but you already know his slow ass ain't going nowhere. This turtle snail ain't going nowhere. If we can get to him, we're gonna put his face in the dirt. But you could do everything right with one of these quarterbacks that can get up out of the neck and run you, as they say, a dual threat quarterback. You could do everything right. Coverage is great. One little mistake in your pass rushing, and he's gone 15 yards. Ask Steve Spagnuolo on the Super Bowl. How many times Jalen hurts? How many times Kansas City's defense did everything right? Cover AJ, cover Smitty, cover Goddard, cover Jahan. But one person made a mistake, and Jalen was able to escape and get a crucial first down. Look at the tape, since we're looking at fucking tape. One time, one little mistake. Matt Stafford sitting back there, yeah, he's great and all that, but if you get there, you get there. With these, what you call dual threat, like even your Jaden Daniels and guys like that, don't you miss. Because he's going to make you pay with his arm or his leg. I'd much rather take a quarterback that can run and pass over a quarterback that just sits in the pocket. You a Tanner McKee. And then and the whole Tanner McKee narrative, man, you got a guy like Howard Eskin who's just a straight up clown. It's just like, some guys, man, just, I don't want to get violent, but somebody need to get punched in their fucking mouth. I'm not gonna lie. Like the type of shit that they do, the type of sensationalism, and I don't want to, promote no violence or nothing like that. But some guys is like the shit that you say, like, are you serious, dog? I take back the violent part, but are you serious, man? Give him a wedgie or something. Like, what are you talking about? What are we? Tanner McKee? Are we serious? Are we serious? All the defense is going to do is adjust to him, and they're going to take away the running game completely. Didn't we see this shit when we played Washington last year? And this scrub ass dude, Kenny Pickett, came in. What did Washington's defense do, since we know football so much? Everybody went at Saquon Barkley. The whole damn defense said, and it's sort of what they're doing this year. That's a different story. Everybody they're going to completely take away the running game because you're not worried about the statue doing anything but throwing a football. So if we could take away the running game and maybe play a zone behind it, that's what Washington did. We're going to let him dink and dunk. But you know what he's going to do? He's going to make a mistake. And he made a mistake and threw an interception to Louisville. And we still should have won the game because we had a lot of talent. And and Jalen Hurts got us to a 14-point lead. Jalen Hurts got us to a 14-point lead in that game. But what ultimately happened, the defense made adjustment to a statue like they would do with Tanner McKee, a statue, and the running game will be totally non-existent. It will be on his arm. You will see more interceptions, and you will see way more sacks. That's what would happen if you put Tanner McKee in. He would be overwhelmed, and he'd be out of this town, and you'll be calling for another quarterback. That's why some of these fans are as dumb as fucking rocks. And I gotta be just blunt. You guys are like a hoe looking for a new dick. Like, this one wasn't good enough. You want a new dick. Give me this one. Give me that. Whoa, I want another one. I want another one. I want another one. I want another one. Another one. Give me that. You don't just move through quarterbacks like that. Jalen Hurts and his offense is going to fix it. And when they do, I'm going to be the guy that said, I told you so. Because I got 1,000% faith in Jalen Hurts. I got 1,000% faith in AJ. I watched the press conference today, and there ain't nothing going on in that locker room, man. Them dudes are straight, bro. The media just wants to drum up. And that's why if I was the Philadelphia Eagles, right, and any media came on some bullshit, I'm banning they fucking ass from my facility. If any media comes on some bullshit, spreading false shit, trying to stir and fuck my locker room up, you're banned from the facility. Y'all need to get more people up in there anyway. Get rid of these old fucking diaper wearing ass dudes and shit. These cornball. Who the fuck even reads articles anymore, dog? Get rid of these clown ass niggas, man. And get some fresh, young, guys in there that's going to give true, real perspective. Like, they don't even tell you like the vibe of the team. They just making shit up. And then they talk all this shit on these shows, right? And then they get in front of these dudes that act like straight bitches. They don't ask all the criticism they do on these shows. When they get in front of these dudes, they don't ask none of those questions. I noticed that. They ask them none of those questions. All this bullshit. Oh, Jalen, and he can't. You get from, how was your day, Jalen? You a fucking clown, man. Get these old washed up dudes out of there, man. Get some real young men in there that's gonna ask some real questions and really give you the pulse of the team. And really give you they paying these dudes $200,000 to do this bullshit they doing, man. Like, stop it, bro. Now look, you got a couple real dudes in there. I'm not speaking on all of them, right? But it's a new day. It's a new day, man. It's a new day in content creation. It's a new day with YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, it's bringing a whole number dynamic and level to this shit where you don't just have your 50, 60, 70-year-old reporters writing up bullshit. Now you got guys who's gonna come on a platform and give you the real shit. And that's what I like about having a voice and having the media. So I'm almost done. It's time my ass to go to fuck the bed for real, right? Let's say make sure I covered everything. Yep. So I'm gonna bring this up when we talk on a podcast on Friday. I'm gonna bring this up more and expound on this conversation a little more. Cause this is all it could really be, right? I could see it like if this man, like, he's already proven that anything you said he couldn't do, he's already proven it. Now he may be slightly inconsistent at times, but that's all quarterbacks, man. Look at how Josh Allen is playing right now. Y'all had him picked for the Super Bowl. Look at how Patrick Mahomes even started the season. Who else? Who else we gonna throw in there? Look at Jordan Love, right? I'll just look at this list right here. Dak Prescott is playing very well. Look at Lamar Jackson. Look, like, they're human beings. They're human. But Jalen, who's been to the mountain, him and Patty, he's been to the mountain, and just because he doesn't put the numbers up like y'all want him to put, like y'all, this is what they want, and I'm convinced of this, right? In closing, y'all would rather the offense look good and throw for 300 yards, right? Then shit, look, Jalen could throw for 150, and I'm looking at these games for real. There's not too many quarterbacks really lighting it up like that, bro. I was watching this Chicago game. They both had like 80, 90 yards in the third quarter, man. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Now, as the game went on and teams got behind and they had to pass more, they got up to around 2-something. We act like all these quarterbacks is lighting it up for 400 or 500 yards, bro. 150, 200, I'm cool with that. 90, I'm cool with. As long as you win, I'm cool with that. 7 months removed from the Super Bowl, and y'all want Jalen Hurts out. Y'all clowns, but I'm done, bro. I'm done. I got the shit off my chest. I know it won't stop. The only thing that's gonna stop it is if we win games. Then you got people criticizing the way we win games. Like, you motherfuckers is so ungrateful, bro. Who criticizes how you win a game? You got Washington media, right? Who's saying they should have beat the Bears. Like, they shaking that shit off. We should have beat them. Be cool. Philly, we win by 2. Oh, it don't look right and something's wrong. Man, you was a fucking clown, dog. You was a clown. Oh, something. Like, we gonna dominate and beat every team. This is the NFL. They got professional athletes too that's getting paid too, bro. You think a man is gonna lay down for us every time? Man. And again, this is not, you know who you are. This is not all Philly media, because I'm beyond the real dudes, right? Reside on YouTube. You got a couple great shows out there, like Inside the Birds, right? But you got WWIP wannabes out there. They corny, bro. I'm not gonna lie, they corny. And I begin to see their real agenda. And I begin to see that it's really a attack Jalen Hurts thing. And the type of stuff they say, like, oh, you're low IQ comments. Like, you, like, dog, I'm a monster with this shit, bro. I study. I do the now. I know my history. You can't throw comments like that at me. I think I don't know what that means. And say little shit about Jalen and don't, like, I don't know what that means. Boy, who do you think you talking to, boy? Who you think you talking to? You must not know. Who you think you you more intellectual when you could say, come on, boy, don't play with me, man. You must not know my history, boy. Don't play with me, man. Don't play those games with me. I know any word you try to use, anything you try to say, I'm on it, boy. This intuition alone is going to let me know, oh, I see what you're trying to say, for real. I got you. Oh, I see what you're saying about Jalen. Okay. You saying he a dumb quarterback that can't read. That's what say it with your chest, boy. Say it. Don't try to disguise it with some big word and with this offense, this $200 million offense. What are we talking about? All these offenses, $200 million, pussy, with all these quarterbacks. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? A quarterback alone is $200 million. A $250 million offense. What are these quarterbacks getting paid? What's Josh Allen say? What the month? What this $250 million offense just won a Super Bowl, dickhead. It just won a Super Bowl 7 months ago. What are we talking about? This $250 million offense just put up the most points in playoff history. What are we talking about? This $250 million offense just won like 20 games straight. What the fuck are we talking about? 20 games straight. That's complete dominance. This offense has been to the 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls, should have won them both. What the fuck are we talking about? This wide receiver, A.J. Brown, had 2 career years of 1,500 yards. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? Saquon Barkley had a career year. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? There's no other way but to explain this. Has to be some racial penis envy shit, man. Like, you just don't want this brother to succeed. And when he shows a little bit of, makes a couple mistakes, now he can't read, he can't do that, he can't do that. What are we talking about? He's already done it. We already did it. The team did it. And then the next thing is, the defense. Pussy. The offense scored 33 points. The offense scored 100 points in the playoffs. Again, what are we talking about? So anything that you can say, I'm going to knock that shit out the park. Anything that you can say, I can knock that shit out the park because I live this shit. And I don't have no racial undertones or nothing like that in me, bro. But I can smell and I can see yours. What are we talking about? Career years, 2 years of 1,500 yards. Didn't he have like 5 games or 6 games straight? We went over 100 yards like a couple years ago. A.J. Brown. Saquon Barkley, even this year, he's on like 100 and something yards off where he was last year. Maybe 180 off of where he was last year. That could be one game. Think about it. A.J. Brown could have a 200-yard game twice or 5 straight 100-yard games. Smitty's went for 120. Smitty should have had like 200 last week. For real. AJ should have had 100 something the week before when they missed that little bomb in Buffalo. A couple passes away from being 6-0 if you really want to keep it a bean. If you really want to keep it a bean. So what are we talking about? I'm not trying to find negative things. I'm not looking for negative. I'm going to keep it a bean and keep it 100 with different things and say, okay, but I trust. I mean, didn't you already see it? That when this team went through turmoil, that they was able to turn things around. So I would not question whether or not they are able to turn things around. I won't question that. I'm going to just give them the opportunity. It's 11 games left to do so. Then in the same week, all these teams that are supposed to be so elite, why did we beat Tampa Bay? We beat Tampa. We beat the Rams. We beat Dallas. Who the fuck else we beat? Another team. We beat them. Not playing good football, as you say. We beat them. But then y'all make an excuse for that. Well, if it wasn't for a CeeDee Lamb drop. No, you stupid son of a bitch. How much time was on the clock, dumbass? Go back and look. As if we didn't have a chance to come back and score. People just don't know what the fuck they talking about. They get these narratives off Twitter and shit, and they just regurgitate them shits. Where's the independent thought process? It wasn't like this was the last play of the game and he had it in his hands in the end zone and he dropped it. No, you dumb motherfucker. It was time left on the clock, bro. If he would have scored, even if it's 30 seconds, that's enough. Or 25 seconds, that's enough to go back and actually do something. It had to be at least a minute on the clock. So why do we say stupid shit like that? Oh, if he didn't block the field goal, he blocked the motherfucker. I mean, it's a football play. That's happening all the time. Washington blocked the field goal the other day. It's a football play. That's something that's forced. That's nothing that's lucky. Oh, if man, forget that bullshit. Oh, if Josh Allen had this, man, get the fuck out of here with that. Now we gotta go. When you gotta start going to ifs, we know you defeated. Or if he had, why don't he? Why don't his general manager build him up a team like that? Why don't I say if Brock Purdy, because Brock Purdy had it? Why don't I say if Goff, because Goff had it, Goff couldn't get it done. Josh Allen had it, he couldn't get it done. If you want to keep it a beam, like his roster wasn't fucking loaded with Stephon Diggs and all them. But that being said, I'm done. I got the shit off my chest, and I'm gonna keep going now. I'm gonna keep going because I'm in my groove now. I'm in my groove actually. I'm in my groove. Y'all got me in my groove. Win, lose, or draw, baby, I'm here. Win, lose, or draw, I'm here. I'm giving my perspective. Along with my co-host, who'll be joining us Friday. Talk about Commanders. Losing a tough game. The Commanders lost a real tough game. I seen that Terry McLaurin was practicing again. So that's a positive for them. But they're really going to be tested, the Commanders, because they got a lot of tough games coming up, and I think they can only hope to stay 500 because I don't think they're going to beat Dallas. I don't think they're going. If they don't have Terry McLaurin, they're not going to beat Dallas, bro. If they don't have Terry McLaurin at 100%, I don't think they can stop anybody. I don't think they can stop. But then again, it's that a game like the game I said will come down to turnovers, and the turnovers killed Washington. I think they had 3 against Chicago. That cost them the game. If you turn the ball over, again, like I said, the Commanders, they just lost a tough game. They saying they beat themselves. And what you could say that, but that's kind of a stupid ass comment. If you beat yourself, if you want to go to ideology, okay, Jaden fumbled the ball, right? He fumbled the ball. Where did he fumble the ball? How come the defense didn't come up with a stop to stop them from going down and kicking the field goal? It could have been fumbled. It could have been interception. You could have stopped them. Don't act like you fumbled the ball at the 10-yard line and they kicked it from the 10. No, they drove the ball down the field and kicked the field goal. Like, people just be talking without giving you the reality. Same thing with CeeDee Lamb. Okay, he catches the ball. Okay, there's still time left on the clock. Maybe they win. Most likely, they probably win. Yes, I'll give it to you, but it's not 100% guaranteed. I forgot what happened in the Kansas City game. Oh, yeah, he threw a bad pass and we intercepted it. Now, what if we didn't intercept it? What if it went slipped through his hands like it does all the time? So these are plays that we had to make in clutch moments. And if you watch football, you know that there's a handful of plays that happen every game that usually dictate the outcome of the game or change the momentum of the game so the other team steals it. If you watch football and you know the game. I was like, I'm exhausted. But thank everybody who's in here watching, man. I don't know who you are, but you're watching. I appreciate you. Just hit the thumbs up on the video and I'll stay locked in because the channel is going to continue to grow very organically and keep on pumping it, until it does. Hopefully we can get to 1,000 by at least by the end of the football season. I think that'll be dope right there. Now, once you get up there, it only pours. When it rains, it pours. It goes from there. So a late night stream, almost an hour on this joint. I had to get it off my chest. I was gonna wait, but I've been kind of letting this brew. I wanted to do this shit earlier. But I was like, you know what? I done got my videos up. My son's sleep. Everybody sleep. I'm gonna close this door. Get this shit off my chest real quick. Now I'm gonna take my fucking ass to bed because it's a long day tomorrow. But as always, man, fly Eagles fly. We will be here. Oh, today's already Thursday, so tomorrow actually, we'll probably lock in the time, maybe like 10:30, to start shooting the podcast. We'll actually be going, shooting it live soon. I don't know if it's gonna be Friday, but maybe Monday or next Friday, we'll start shooting it live, man, and really having some fun, with the pod and shit like that in person. Bring some interviews on. I got a couple people, boxers, all types of different people. It's gonna be coming on the sports and the hip hop. So it's time for the rebirth, the resurgence. If you didn't know, pretty much we always had Viral Sports podcast, but we decided to start with a fresh channel and rebrand. We still that channel's still there. We started to rebrand and start fresh with a fresh concept. So stay tuned. We'll be locked in. We'll be in studio soon. And really, we ain't been arguing because our teams ain't really been playing each other. You know what I'm saying? So, but I got an idea because I want to start bringing some guests on. So even if you know anybody, if you got any guests or any content creators, even see my email right there. If you want to come on the show and talk, if you want to debate, let's do it. Let's start having an open forum, man, to bring people on and create some content together, create some memories together. You see my email right there, ogod@hiphopmuon.com. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.